anyone else?
I miss drinking, but at the same time,
No.
if I were to drink again, it wouldn't be on stream.
I don't drink. Not really for any reason. I just don't. I don't know. Okay. So if offered, I will have a drink. But if I'm at home or if I'm buying groceries, I never think to buy alcohol. Not really. Like, I did, like, a couple of times in my 20s, because I was like, yeah, I'm old enough, I might as well. But the one cider brand that I liked, turned out to have some labor issues, and I'm a factory worker. When there's shit going on with the labor, I can't support that, you know?
No,
saying.
that's fair. Workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains.
And so, yeah.
What the? Wait. I'm sorry. I mean, I absolutely applaud you, man.
I'm sorry. What was that, comrade?
That is. I. You know what, Toa?
You know, it's funny you should mention.
Tolerate you, but that was just the most. I'm just going to throw something out there that sounds supportive and not give a hoot sounding thing I have heard from you in a dog's age.
You assume
it almost sounded like when how can I put this, like oh my god, they kill Kenny, you bastards, hey look, you know, we gotta talk, you know, they basically like you were just like phoned absolute phoned in, and I am disappointed in you.
You assumed that was a joke and it was a phone in.
You know what's absolutely funny about this? The brand of cider was a brand called Citizen Cider, which had its whole thing was like, it looked like it was like a product of communism. In the like the kind was called Unified Press. Of all companies to have a labor issue come up, yeah,
that's an interesting combination of things.
I can't remember all the details on it. I'll have to like look into it again, or not. I don't know. I just remember it was bad enough for me to be like, oh, I guess I'm not buying this anymore. That sucks. It tasted good. It was a good local brand, like local-ish Vermont cider brand, you know. So
yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, no. I don't know. It's like I don't really feel like exploring. So
now, wine's a weird one anyway, because I mean, sometimes it can be an interesting exploration, and other times, I drink black coffee like it's nothing, and just wine, oh my god, I do not know.
Are you saying that wine would taste better with cream?
Honestly, in some cases, it might. Now that I say that out loud, it's entirely plausible. It wasn't where I was going with that, but it's plausible.
I mean, it's kind of funny that for me, I'm not the biggest red wine. I'm not biggest red wine drinker. I will say for drinking, I kind of prefer the dryness of white a little bit more. But still in red wine, like you literally just throw a bunch of fruit in it. You make it wow, I forgot my terminology.
Sangria?
Sangria. You make it a sangria, and I'm all about it.
I actually have some local blackberry wine here.
No, I think I just remembered something from my past. I probably have had sangria, but I was like, I don't like it.
You know, it was funny, like, so I think I've only ever had wine once in my life, and it was fine. It tasted good. I have had opportunities to drink it. So in the times when me and Feather took various trains across country, Amtrak was doing some experimental stuff of bringing back like wine tasting and that sort of stuff, and like having a guy at the bar in the observation cars and stuff. And honestly, every time we've gone to those, we just get like ginger ale or like juice. and cheese. We always get the cheese platter. The cheese platter is a must. Honestly,
No, that's understandable.
I am so easy to please. You don't have to get me anything fancy to drink. Get me a can of dry ginger ale and a cup of ice, and I'll feel like I'm in luxury.
Also, the cheese.
Absolutely, give me the cheese. I need the cheese. The cheese is a must.
I am the cheese. I am the best character on the show. I no, I think I got that. I don't know if it was the cheese. I don't remember if it was the cheese.
You know, one thing I really do miss, like, so usually this time of year is when I like disappear for a couple of weeks and just take trains with Feather across country, right? And
Yeah, but Everfree.
yeah, and of course I can't do that this year, so it's just like, damn. Like, I yearn for the travels. I miss it. It's fun to see stuff.
Cole, at the very least, that Undertale content, I know you were talking with Feather about possibly doing the German one, the both of you.
Yes, we're still talking about it, although we are kind of right now very distracted by Chapter 5, so...
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, you give it up Everfree now, you could have your date in Germany with your significant other for Undertale.
This is true. We're also possibly going to do stuff in Prague again, because there's still more stuff to see in Prague.
Oh, that sounds like progress.
But still, I do miss the feeling of just hopping on Amtrak and going to a place, you know?
The Wanderlust always.
I don't, but I would like to know that feeling because
That's right.
No, I mean I would love to, but Amtrak in Utah is well. I mean, you were here. It's a bit.
Yeah, it was like at midnight.
Yeah, it's not great at all.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I did that on.
No,
I did that
he's
intentionally,
complaining
and I
about
was
Amtrak,
happy.
not you.
I know. I did that that part I did intentionally, and I was happy too.
I will say, I feel like a lot of places would benefit if like certain Amtrak trains were run twice a day. Just saying. But also I understand the reasons why they can't. Partly because of just kind of a lack of equipment, but also just like funding and other things. So
Yeah, fund the railroads.
well, fund passenger rail. I think
yeah,
freight
actually,
will
yeah,
do just
well,
fine.
Yeah,
Well,
don't
actually, fund them
freight.
both, passenger and transportation, because God,
No,
they are-
freight's the
Freight's
bad guy in
kind
the
of no, they're
situation.
not the bad guy, but they're not necessarily the good guy either. In some stances, okay, my
Oh, the
It's not.
anti-hero?
Okay.
It's not a question of them being the bad guy or the good guy. It's a question of they are still used. They are used a lot, and unfortunately, there's not enough trains for them either. So you end up with the giant trains that are 3 miles long, carrying everything from toilet paper to highly volatile chemicals.
I'm gonna be
through
honest
small
with you.
towns.
A lot of the reasons why they're like extremely long trains these days are more to do with management choices than funding
Exactly.
choices.
Well, the management controls the funding.
Well, okay. There's a lot
I
of
mean,
decisions
am I
that have
wrong
been
there?
made in railroading over the past, like, 40 to 60 years that are
Yeah.
questionable and we're dealing with, and also a lot of problems we're dealing with right now that are just kind of systemic in the way we've decided to construct our economy, and the incentivization of stock buybacks, instead of actually investing in infrastructure. There's a lot of issues, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the person to talk on the subject, because my expertise in railroading really comes from a 19th century to, like, 1960s-ish window. The stuff after, like, after passenger rail ended in Vermont, I just haven't looked into enough to speak with any confidence. I would have to do more research. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm one me, and I'm very tired.
No, I
So-
get that, and I wouldn't expect you to have that kind of education.
The real
though
big
your
problem
insight...
is railroads have been around for a very long time, and the industry is such a big animal that trying to understand it thoroughly requires more time than anyone in the industry working it even knows, let alone somebody on the outside.
Actually, there
You
is
could earn
one
multiple
way.
PhDs with the amount of time you need to figure that kind of stuff out.
But I will
Or
say
if
things
you'll-
could be
if
run
you'll
much
permit-
better.
Or if you'll permit me to say something that might be a little off the cuff, but probably more true than any of us want to admit. One very seriously autistic railroad-loving person.
Well, okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's
Like I
the
said,
thing.
it's very off the cuff. I am not gonna lie.
I mean, if we get someone high enough into this that just loves it for the game and not for the profit.
Oh yeah, no, you get somebody that loves it enough that they've studied the history. You can literally use them as a reference point for any questions, or they're not gonna have any. They may not have any suggestions on how to fix anything, but while you're trying to figure things out, you can actually ask them for the history. They are literally a walking history book, which is one of the important things for anything like that.
Make sure
to
that
have
their
that
history book
knowledge.
comes from sources that are preferably books.
Well, hopefully they would be able to.
I
cite a
have met
source,
some people
admittedly.
who believe thoroughly they understand the railroad industry entirely, and then I was in call with them as they're watching a documentary about a CN wreck where a CN freight train ran a signal and ran into a via rail passenger train, and the documentary heavily implied fault of the conductor for not pulling the brakes when passing a red signal. And then the two guys I was in call with were like, if my caboose ever passed a red signal, I would pull the emergency brake immediately. I would dump the air instantly. The moment that we passed a red, I was just like, wait, really? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, okay. You do know that on that territory it was automatic block signals, right? And they're like, huh? I was like, okay. The way that those signals work, they turn red when there's a train occupying the block. If you're in the caboose, every single signal that passes you will be red because your train is currently occupying the block.
Yeah,
So
nah, I'm not gonna delve into that logic. I get
Now-
it.
I get it.
I get
Now,
where they're
it's one of-
coming.
should
I
he
get
have
it, but-
pulled the emergency brake when the head end crew didn't call back the indications of the signal like they like by the rule book they were supposed to? Sure, but also it's the 1970s, and I'm gonna be honest, they weren't exactly the most strict when it came to rules in the 70s. Should they have been? Yes, but also I understand. Yeah, no, the 70s was an era. Anyway, point is, from the rear, your train is occupying the block. Every signal you pass will be red, unless it's a very short train, I suppose. If you're
It's
right next to
one
the
of those
engine, then
things of, as you said, the head needs to communicate with the butt just to confirm. Was it red beforehand?
but these
No?
but these rail fans in call, they were fully believing that like at the tail end of a long freight train, the signal would be green, and I was like, So be wary of even rail fans. Be wary of even me, I would argue, because although I read a lot of books, I will not claim to be an expert.
That probably makes you more knowledgeable than most.
I
person
try.
who- The person who knows the most is the one that knows they know nothing at all.
It's a very big picture.
It's worked. I think about it all the time. I thought I knew a lot about tech, then I really started to delve into it, and I realized I know so little. But I know a lot, but I know so little.
It's one of those things I've definitely learned that that what I know is probably a fraction of what somebody else who actually spends time in it. Because I can 3D model. I can make awesome shit that I can print. Am I a 3D modeler? No. Am I a character animator? No, but I know how to throw a rig into something, and I can make it work. But I don't consider myself a character modeler or a rigger.
Honestly, I think it's just it's the idea of the wisdom of I know enough to know I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
God, I need to stop watching videos at the same time of listening to you guys.
Oh,
Did we
here.
cross-pollinate somewhere?
Because Toa says what he just said, and then the guy in this video that's basically just a stream VOD I'm watching just goes, now consider this. I have to take a shit.
Oh.
That's funny.
That is one of those things of the universe has said, you're going to have to deal with this now.
Anyway, I think we went off really random out of nowhere there, and I do apologize. I'm actually trying
What game are we playing today, Cole?
Oh my god, this is amazing! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And there we go again!
Hold on, no. Suki.
Yes.
Look up a game called TV Archive. Tidy up together. Look about 40 minutes into the trailer video and just tell me how.
40 minutes?
Not even 40 minutes. Seconds. Actually, not even 40 minutes. Just give it 17 seconds and just tell me how fast are these people going to get completely ripped apart.
Okay, 17. Let's see.
17 seconds.
Oh, they're doing this.
Yeah. But
I shared it in the Discord because none of us have typing fingers.
DM, we haven't even started that yet.
no, this is just something I was just watching the promo video and I just saw one image and I'm just like, oh my god, these people
Okay, wait
are
a minute.
stupid.
Wait, that was Donald Duck.
Thank you. That is exactly what I'm talking
Donald
about.
Duck.
Yeah, no.
That means that they're not just going with the.
Wait a minute. Was that Dexter?
He is. Oh.
Oh no.
No, it's not. Okay. Never mind. I'm not sure what that is.
Hello, Solar. We're going crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
but still,
we're having a momentary chill hangout stream because I think a lot of us are just kind of tired with everything that's happened.
I
You're
have been
happy
playing
days.
Deltarune for like a good long time, so I'm not really in a gaming mood.
Yeah,
I completely
figured.
wiped myself out at a freaking convention this weekend. I mean, wow. I'll get into that during the show, but wow.
Side note,
I'm on day 3 of 10 days of working. I'm doing 50 miles by the end of this.
one thing I do like about Deltarune is every now and then you'll get like a battle that there's a save point immediately before. And if there is, sometimes you can just learn about the characters and how they're going to interact. There was a battle that we did in Chapter 5 that I won't go into detail on because I don't know how many of you have played that far out there.
I have not.
No.
Please,
But
keep it quiet.
I will say, I just really liked just going through, doing it wrong, and then seeing how characters reacted to things going wrong, dying, and then going back and doing it proper. Sometimes, like, when it's intentional, it's very fun. Also, I'm
Circuit,
really bad at platformers. But anyway.
Also, Circuit, I will give that game credit for one thing. It's the first one I've seen of this type of game that has multiplayer.
True. I'll give them credit. They actually put in multiplayer, which honestly, I'm really surprised none of the others did. A game as tedious as that, it feels like it would be perfect multiplayer fodder.
Like that just feels like, I mean, honestly, just for like what you're doing, it kind of those types of games feel like the perfect like just hang out with people and hang out people and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Games.
Honestly, I think a lot more games need to have that aspect of it. I know Repo has some of that, but that's also, horror and trying to not kill each other or kill each other, depending on how you want to do it.
I remember when web fishing was had some popularity. That one was good for just chillaxing with friends and
Oh yeah.
fishing. Hangout games are fun.
Oh yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of games, it reminds me I needed to actually look through this
Absolutely love a good
because I got my attention was whoops. My attention was
What
turned
got
to
your
a
attention?
yeah, my attention was turned to a basically a new anime style action game. Well, not really new. I think it's been out, but it's basically a looter shooter anime style game where all the monetization is apparently just cosmetics.
You know
I
what?
recall you saying that
Yeah,
yesterday.
but I just realized because I finally pulled it up because I had the name wrong as well.
What's the name of
It was called Duet Night Abyss.
it? Duet Night Abyss.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it still sounds like a fandom name.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you look at the style of it, it basically looks, it looks like Zenless. It looks like all that, but let me see. But I'm just trying to see. Wait, how long has this been out? This is no. It says released. Oh wait, is that 2024 thing for Steam? Like Steam would only be supported on like certain Windows things. I think that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, so this game first came out in January of this year. I was just scrolling through, just trying to confirm if they're just trying to make sure that there was make sure I wasn't like falling into an AI trap on this, which I mean there's nothing declared on Steam.
Yeah, where I'm gonna give him I'd hate to say it, but I'd like to give him the benefit of a doubt if there's nothing declared on Steam.
Because the fact that it first came out in January tells me that it's basically within that time frame of like where you have to declare that, otherwise because
If it gets found out, you can get ripped. You can get it pulled off. Yeah.
Because let's see. It sounds like the main issues that I'm seeing most people have is just basic. It's just mainly just with some people feel that it's like a little like it's, I guess, the combat's simplistic, or it's the controls are a little off, like that. One person's not recommended is that this game does not allow Linux. Yeah. So it seems like it should. I might. I mean, I've got it in my library now, so I'll check it out because it's free. It's free to play.
Well, I mean, free to play. I guess you can't argue with that.
Yep. I mean, yeah. The user-defined tags: RPG, anime, exploration, looter, shooter, free to play on that. And from my understanding, it's like people were saying it's like we're talking about it trying to be gacha and stuff, but from what I understand, there's no characters in the monetization. Like it's but I do. Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons that's attracted me was like the swap between melee and ranged weapons. So you can it's basically you have both ranged and up close combat style with the same character. It's Devil May Cry the gotcha.
And you said Moonlight Abyss?
Duet Night Abyss.
Duet. Okay, that's what got me.
Yeah, let me see.
Because there is actually a thing called Moonlight Abyss. That's a different game.
So, bro, recent reviews and English reviews are mixed on it.
Yeah. It seems apparently some of the reviews that are mixed now. I see a lot of people saying like it was like they had something really good going in like the first versions. Like apparently some of the early adopters like may have some, I guess, think that maybe there's like issues now. Let me see.
I found a couple of good curators that I'm going to start plugging into my library here. Basically, they tell you if a game has AI slop or not, so I don't have to keep digging around to find out. By the way, thank you so much to the wonderful people out there on Steam that are more than willing to spend a little bit of time just to mark games and say, "Yeah, no, this is crap. Don't go for it."
Let's see.
I mean, back in the day, we had Total Biscuit to do that, but now people have to.
Well, I mean,
torch.
well, in all fairness, Total Biscuit hasn't been around since AI decided to become the new hot term
No,
until they find something else to try to get.
I know, but you know what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
Apparently, Beast of Reincarnation dropped today, like the Game Freak game that is Souls-like, but Creature was like, I'm not getting a Souls-like vibe from that.
Huh.
Oh wait, you're talking about you're talking about the Game Freak game that everybody is. Apparently, it's actually reviewing really well, at least looking really well.
Beast of Reincarnation, I believe, is the name.
Yeah, right.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. So, well, here's. Let me see. Global launch announcement. Okay. Synergy player in terms of monetization revamp. Let me see. Huh. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, because they put this is literally from their like Twitter when they went global launch. Major changes. One of the major changes they did when they went global: all characters and weapons free. They flat out say it themselves. Stamina free. Monetization revamp. Cosmetics as the focus.
Yep. In all honesty, I don't like monetization in general, but if you're going to do it, that is at least one I could be okay with. Not happy, but I'm okay with it.
Let me see.
Just because in the end there is...
honestly, just, for it to be cosmetic, for monetization with just cosmetics, that's, whatever. If somebody, it's basically like, if that's basically saying like, hey, you really like this game? Here's something kind of neat. If you want it, yeah, pay us a little bit more for it. If not, go on your way.
By the way, chat room, I can't see you guys. Good evening, White Phoenix. Good evening, Solar Power. Good evening, Sonic. Good evening to everyone else out there. If you want to throw things out there, feel free to throw out there. I'll keep an eye out so I can get your voices heard. I'm sure Cold Dust is probably I'm hoping Cold Dust is happy that we're just kind of bullguarding the conversation a little bit, or maybe he wanted to talk about something. I'm sorry if we.
No, I didn't actually have anything planned per se. I was just kind of like vibing, hanging out.
I love a good vibe. I honestly do, but I didn't want to over vibe.
I do have one thing to interject.
Oh, please go.
Do interject.
Okay. I went to a museum again. I know.
Yay!
Awesome, right? There's this museum that's kind of nearby, It's called the Shelburne Museum. It's in Shelburne, Vermont. It's like close enough. Anyway, it's like a place. It's a museum that is made of a bunch of buildings. So like, it's not just like one building where you walk into, it's like, oh, look, there are all these rooms dedicated to all these things. No, there's a bunch of buildings dedicated to different things, and are just old historic buildings in most cases. Like, there are some buildings that date back to the 19th century, some from the like 18th, whatever. They're old Vermont buildings that were like brought to this place by some lady who was rich in the mid 20th century and then made it into a museum because she collected a lot of oddities. And one of those oddities was horse-drawn carriages of various sorts and sleighs. And I did not go through the main building for it. I went to the building that was built for all the ones that didn't fit into the first building.
Damn, that's rich money.
Yeah, she was pretty loaded. She was it was the Vanderbilt family. So
I figured it would have been some sort of Vanderbilt or,
yeah, I can't remember her name or how but basically she was one of the Webbs related to a Dr. Seward Webb. Can't remember his first name. But he basically married into the Vanderbilts and became the president of the Rutland Railroad. And he had two goals in life, and that was to be the president of a railroad and governor of a state. And when he ran for governor in the state of Vermont, well, the people of Vermont were then still receptive to a person from New York coming to the state and running for governor. Is like, yeah, no, fuck off.
No, that's understandable.
But he was the president of the Rutland Railroad. And so, anyway, he owned a place in Shelburne, Vermont that became Shelburne Farms. And, yeah, she was of that lineage. So anyway, the reason why I brought all this up, carriages. There was a type of stagecoach that was very popular throughout the United States, especially during, as we were, developing more and more of the West. Basically, it came out in, I want to say, 1827, and it was called the Concord Coach. And it was called that because it was made in Concord, New Hampshire. This stagecoach was known as being very comfortable. Let me see if I can find a picture of one. Oh, here we go. That's one. That also looks like it's a picture for ants. Is there
Voice text and Sandy or the sidebar over here.
Oh no, I was gonna bring it up for stream to see. Here we go. Yeah, that works.
What is this? The picture for ants? This needs to be at least 3 times as big. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And of course, people would know stagecoaches if they understand what the Wells Fargo wagon is.
Yeah, White Phoenix, I agree with you. 18th century is pretty old out there.
Also,
So,
circuit. What?
Yeah.
What the heck? What is this? How are the children supposed to fit inside the school? What is this? A school for ants?
It's a model.
No. Oh my god, man! You killed the entire reference.
This one is done up to be very patriotic, which is okay. I don't
No,
think
that
those...
checks out.
Anyway, so this is a Concord coach, and I found out why they were known as being so comfortable. And so these stagecoaches had something a little different in the suspension compared to the average stagecoach. Can you guess what?
And that looks like
I
a
want
leaf
to say,
spring.
yeah, I was going with spring as well.
It actually is not down to the leaf spring. If you look at the compartment, the compartment that, what it's sitting on, it is sitting on straps. Those are straps of leather.
That explains
Oh.
it. It's
The
a spring
secret-
tension based on leather, not metal.
You see, in the age of the stagecoach, roads were... they were better than they were. They were kind of almost actually roads, but they were still very bumpy and were not necessarily the best well-kept. So you were running to all sorts of, ditches and whatever, and that's part of the reason why they had giant wheels to get over all that crap. However, it would not have been very comfortable if you were just relying on leaf springs alone, or a straight suspension, What this did was it put the actual compartment and everything that you're riding on basically what is a swing turning every bump as you're going along the road into a gentle swaying motion, and that's what led to them being the more comfortable and more popular stagecoach of the era. So there we go, a little educational thing right there, and it is related to horses, which is close to ponies.
I mean, we also did get stagecoaches with Dodge Junction, which again, and thank you, Dodge City, Kansas, for having an influence on the world.
Apparently, this one was built in 1869, but the Concord coach does go earlier than that. So, actually, let me see the stagecoach. What does the stagecoach look like in MLP? Gonna look at Derpy Boro stagecoach.
Let's see, it'll be the Appaloosa or from the one where Applejack failed to win first place, but Derpy was there, so we didn't really care. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Thank
See,
you.
I just told you. I don't know if you're right. You said.
Well, that's why I still said thank you.
You know what? There's something weird about
Thank you, Soul Power.
finding a music video called Mustache Ride, and it has Spike looking like an older teenager with a freaking backwards hat on, and there's so much to interpret, but you have no idea how you're supposed to interpret it at the same exact time. It's like, okay.
Madness, I say. Madness.
Interesting. I found a screen cap with text that was auto put in by YouTube, apparently. Copy image address. Yeah, good enough. It looks like ignore the text, which does not. That's weird. Yeah, it does not look like it's got the suspension accurately portrayed, which I don't expect. It is My Little Pony. At least has the general style of a stagecoach, though, where it's like you can see the compartment as its own roundy thing there.
Yeah.
You can see the influence, that's for sure.
Yeah. Also, I think one of the last few places you can actually ride in stagecoaches now is like Knott's Berry Farm, or an actual like place that has like Wild West history that actually does have stagecoach runs, just as
completely wrong in a way. They do have there's a lot of cities that do stagecoach rides just as a novelty situation.
I do find it funny that the stagecoach is so closely associated with the West, and they basically had them all over.
Yeah.
I blame TV and movies for that.
Mackinac Island, because I think they try to be no vehicles whatsoever unless it's work vehicles.
So that would be stagecoaches there.
And it's funny because a lot of times the stagecoach that they're like showing is like something reminiscent of a Concord coach, which is once again from Concord, New Hampshire.
It's also one of those things of there are other models of stagecoach, but it just pulls from one source because that was the one that was either popular or remembered.
There were plenty of other stagecoach styles that I saw there too, or not just stagecoaches, but all sorts of carriages. There was a carriage for a butcher. That one was from like Connecticut, I want to say. I saw like a general merchandise sleigh, a school bus sleigh that was just used in northern Vermont, and yeah, they had a bunch of different things. They also had a, oh gosh, I don't think I got a picture of it. There was like this, I think it was called like an arc something. It looked like an arc, but it was basically a carriage that was meant to carry goods and merchandise out west. It was during that westward expansion era where, like, you know, people were doing wagon trains and stuff, except this one wasn't like a wagon. It wasn't like your felt top wagon that you normally think of when it comes to a wagon train, because this one was for merchandise. It was like for commerce uses. The people who were using these were not moving their whole homes. They were basically just selling stuff to people out there. So it was built a very different construction. But it did still have a felt top roof. It was just kind of a weird shape. Anyway. Well, it's the top of the hour, which means it's time for the Brony Show. Sergey, what is going on?
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I did not get home until way late, to the point all I could do was scarf some cheap Taco Bell and then immediately pass out.
Please tell me
And
you
then-
didn't get any lettuce with that.
What?
Please tell me you did not get any lettuce with your Taco Bell.
I can neither confirm or deny, and I'm not sure if I should.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, Toa.
Yeah, I am semi-concerned.
Ooh.
Well, I'm still not sure. One, you're implying a lot.
There has been reports of bad lettuce from Taco Bell
Cool. When?
And other places.
Cool. When?
within the past month.
Thank you. Past month. I'm pretty sure they would have tossed it out at this point, because it would be really bad if they kept it still.
No
In
kidding.
any case. Sorry. But no, I have not gotten violently ill from that.
Would you
I'll
like
get
to?
to that. No. No, like I said, I'll get to that a little later. But in the meantime, as I was mentioning, I did get to sleep late on Sunday. Monday, I had to work immediately to start off, so I have no show notes prepared. So we're going to do what I did a previous time, literally skim through Equestrian Daily and grab show notes as we go. So this is going to be a little bit haphazard. I do apologize, but that is kind of the nature of the beast for today. Along with that, it is going to be a kind of a catch-up day too, because a lot of us feel like we could probably use a rest, and I definitely could still. I mean, I had a massive nap right after work, but I'm still exhausted. Any case, we'll be it's going to be a video night. We're going to go jump onto the side tube after news and content creation, which I'm sorry, after Creative Showcase. And I didn't create anything for Creative Showcase either. So, yeah, it's going to probably be a little shorter, and I do apologize for that. In any case, a
Well,
lot
you had a
happened.
convention to go. No one's going to blame you.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on, and I will be talking about that too, because I had time. And anyway, but yeah, there is going to be a video segment. A lot of it. That's pretty much going to be our go-to. So just make sure you have your popcorn and snacks ready, and we're going to play some catch up on videos, because we already have like a few hours worth, because we kept not being able to get to it. So it'll be nice, relaxed, and we're just going to go through things as we can, and what we do and how we do it and all that fun stuff. And yep, that'll pretty much be it. So it'll be a pretty relaxed show today. No stressor. Go ahead and relax, because we are at the tail end of summer. We only have a month to go, and then hopefully things will eventually cool down
Fingers
for a little
crossed.
bit.
So, before I let things go, I did find this picture
ahead.
here. This is a Concord stagecoach that is at the Smithsonian Postal Service Museum. And this is a restored one that, like, this actually looks more accurate to what would be more representative for the time, with all the, like, decoration and whatnot, and the colors and everything. And this one in particular, White River Junction to Woodstock. That's a Vermont stagecoach line. So, yeah, kind of neat. So, I had to point that out there. But yes,
Yee.
I don't know. I
Like it.
find it kind of fascinating. I like the transportation of stuff and people and mail and things.
It's a cool thing to like altogether.
Yes.
Ooh, I just realized I got a giant growler of beer in my fridge. I should probably pour a glass for the show.
I realized I have salad in the fridge and I should probably eat that. And I realized that
Before it
after the
goes.
conversation about lettuce, which is
You'll be fine. Listen,
no, I think I'm going. Here's the thing. I looked at the map of all the places affected, and when I checked, Vermont was not one of them. So I think I'm good. So anyway,
and I question that map, but for other reasons. But it might be something else that was affecting me too. So I question it, but just because I don't know.
I mean, I guess we'll find out.